What's going on? My name's Tyson at Untitled Hockey. Right now we're at Bauer's headquarters in New Hampshire. I'm joined here with Keith Duffy, product line manager for Ice Hockey Skates. Right now he's going to give us a quick overview of the 3 different lines from Bauer. So Keith, why don't you start us off with the Vapor line, kind of give everyone just a quick run through of who you designed the skate for.
Sure. Vapor Apex specifically is designed for elite level players that are looking for the ultimate in lightweight and agility. So Vapor skates overall are really designed for agility, for the player who's quick-footed, looking for a fit that's more narrow and snug, and something that's really going to give him the power and aggression he needs going into the corners, digging out the puck, and working the puck in the zone.
Now moving on to the Supreme skate line, why don't you give us a quick run through of who this guy was developed for?
You got it. Supreme Total 1 NXG was designed for a player looking to maximize his overall stride efficiency. When we launched Total 1 2 years ago and introduced the 3-flex tongue, gave the players the opportunity to really customize the amount of forward flex that they have in a skate. We've also got a patent on a flexible tendon guard that allows player to have more range of motion and to get more power with every stride. This year with the new Total 1 NXG, we've got a new exposed injected tendon guard. When I say exposed, we basically remove the layers of PU synthetic leather to help reduce the weight. But this particular tendon guard versus the prior season was designed and engineered to give you 5 degrees more range of motion versus the prior Total 1. And so with the Total 1 NXG, 5% might not sound like a ton, but when you do the math, it actually adds up to 20% more range of motion. So that's 20% more power the player has to put on the ice with every single stride.
Now, so we know it's the power line. It's going to be better for that longer, more powerful stride. How does the fit look compared to this one to the Vapor line?
So a Vapor skate is going to be a little bit more narrow in the forefoot. And not quite have the heel lock that a Supreme does. So it's kind of a flip-flop a little bit. Vapor very narrow in the forefoot with a little bit more play in the heel, whereas Supreme's got a much more snug fit in the heel and a little bit more width in the forefoot.
Great.
Wider skate overall.
Now moving on to the new addition to the Bauer skate family, we have the Bauer Nexus line. Why don't you give us a quick overview of who this skate was developed for?
Nexus skate overall, the family was developed to fit a player that's looking for a wider and more deep volume boot, and really a player that doesn't necessarily fit into a Supreme or a Vapor boot. We want consumers when they go in the store, if they're a Bauer loyalist in our other product categories, to have the opportunity to be fit into a Bauer skate, and Nexus skate does exactly that. It also integrates a lot of great technologies like our ultra lightweight tech mesh quarter package, Tuck Light Speed 2 holder with Fusion Runner, so it's a great lightweight skate that's got a little bit more width and volume for the player that doesn't necessarily fit well into a Supreme or Vapor boot.
Now would you say that this skate's going to be a little more traditional than some of the other skates like the Supreme and Vapors?
Sure. From a construction standpoint, the quarter package is a little bit more traditional. With Apex and Total 1 and the 1.9, we obviously utilize the curve construction, a curve composite boot that's 3D lasted. This is a little bit more traditionally lasted skate with, again, a great pro-level performance quarter package. And when you mention classic, we've heard a few consumers as we're out doing our consumer research say that's sick, that looks old school. So what we did in the design process is really try and tie in a lot of our heritage, and we look back to great skates like the Bauer Custom Supreme 3000, the 8090, to bring the Bauer logo closer into the eyelets, utilize stitching on the quarter to give it a little bit more of a classic look.
Yeah, great. I think it's a great addition to the line, just giving us kind of a quick recap. We have here the Vapor, speed agility, narrower in the forefoot, a little bit wider in the heel. The Supreme line, which is going to be more for that power player, that longer stride, and kind of getting that power throughout the entire stride, a little bit wider in the forefoot, narrower in the heel pocket. Then the Nexus, a little more traditional, going to be wider overall and fit deeper in the skate. So once again, this has been just a quick look at the Bauer skates. My name is Tyson and this is Keith. All these are available at icewarehouse.com.